following is a presentation of GRS. The following is a presentation of GRS TV.
We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high. On top, cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights. Looking like a star shot. We set the bar high.
The swim through non-district continues, and it's an uphill climb for Saxy this year as the Mustangs try to regain the top spot in Garland ISD. From Homer B. Johnson Stadium, we are live tonight. It is the Sachse Mustangs taking on the Braswell Bengals tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. My name is Scott Garner, joined alongside Bobby George tonight. Red Oak really took it on the chin. Saxy dealt a huge blow last week, bouncing back from a loss to Coppell. They can score the points. The question tonight, Bobby, can they contain a tough Braswell team?
I tell you, it's, for one thing, good to see you here tonight, and it's an awesome night to come out here and see the stands all being packed out, and a great night for football. And yes, you were right. It's going to be the battle of the Bengals against the Mustangs tonight. And I tell you what, 703 total yards by the Mustangs last week, led by Alex Orgy, 431 total yards, 6 touchdowns. And he is helped out in the backfield by Luke Kiefer, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. And, of course, he's got 2 great receivers. One is Jet Creel and Kaelig Lockett. They are outstanding. Now, number 1, basically in DFW in offense. Again, that defense over there only allowing 17 rushing yards per game.
Well, we're going to get a chance to see Alex Orgy. He'll go tonight from that quarterback spot. The Bengals will kick things off from right to left here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Thanks so much for being with us. Thomas Hart, tonight's spotter. He's getting himself in position here. Bobby, happy to have you back here on GRS TV. Always fun to turn on a broadcast and watch the exploits of you and Steve. And tell you what, this Saxy team, they're trying to get back to what they established some years ago, trying to get back to the top of this district.
I tell you, they've got a great offensive line. They average about 6'3", 235, huge offensive line. And they're very deep, very heavy on the junior and senior class with this team.
So we are set for football tonight as we see Morrison put a foot into it. And it sails over the head of everyone, including James Adams, who is deep. And so we'll see this Sachse Mustangs group and the aforementioned large offensive line with Zach Moore and Caden Parr at that tackle spot. Moore is a 6'4", 285-pound junior. Parr 6'2", 255 senior. The guards are about 275 on average. Josh Trammell and Connor Clearfield. Roberto Cedeno is going to be snapping it to Alex Orgy. They come out in a pistol formation here. Remember, this Saxy team going to be without their star running back tonight, who is unavailable. We're going to go ahead and split out Reeves. R.C. Reeves, who's starting for Luke Kiefer, who, again, not available tonight. And right from the get-go, we get a chance to see Nathan Maxson, our lead official.
5 yards slipped off against Mustangs, takes them back to the 20-yard line. Repeat, first down and 15.
So it'll be first and 15 to go here. Happy to have you along on GRS TV. Swim through non-district continues. And here's the senior Alex Orgy against this 4-2 nickel defense. RPO right off the bat. Get a chance to see the junior R.C. Reeves, who gets stuffed immediately by Braden Bollock, who came in with 6 stops, 4th most on this team. Bollock's a real good inside linebacker.
Well, they came in with that 4-2 defense right there, and they read it perfectly on the RPO. Nobody got their blocks on that one. Big number 50 comes in there and makes a quick stop.
2nd and 15 now for Orji, the 6'3", 220-pound junior. They're going to roll the pocket here, see what he can do. Goes to the sideline and throws a slider to Jamari Hartz, and it goes incomplete. Hartz, who had the 2nd most catches, stopping at the 25, he had no shot at that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great route. He had 2 guys open. Jet Creel was running a little flag route, and Hart right there on the outside. The ball just got away from him because he's trying to roll out, and he had a little bit of pressure on him, couldn't see real well. Ball goes into the ground.
Alex Orji with 2 picks against 5 touchdowns. They don't need a mistake from him right now. Looks like they're setting up a stream. They're going to go deep here to the post, back to Hartz, but Orji overshoots him with Wilson, the strong safety, having to cover, and it's punt time immediately for Saxy.
Well, Hart shows he's got some speed. He's 6'1", 165-pound senior, and they just tried to throw a deep post to him. Go ahead and just toss it up there. Boy, look how strong Alex Orji's arm is, man. He just tossed that about 45 yards in the air right there and overthrew him.
Brendan George will drop back to kick to punt for Saxy. Smith is D. This is a really nice kick, too. And Smith with a chance to return it, trying to shake the first guy, but Saxy really good in coverage. It was a point of emphasis this week in practice. That punt goes 40 yards, and so we'll see Braswell come out and see if Saxy can put their defense to the test here. Good punt.
Look at that. Adelia got there as soon as the ball was caught. Had about a 4-second hang time. I mean, that was a beautiful punt. You don't see a lot of that in high school football, to get a punt off like that. That was beautiful.
Keegan Bird is the quarterback for the Braswell Bengals. They're going to throw a lot of different formations at Saxy tonight. They're going to go immediately to the screen game here. And it's caught across the 40. Gets about 7, maybe 8. And so immediately, Kenji Hooker is a part of the offense. And they're going to go quick here on 2nd down and 8. And Bird on the quick out finds his man Wallace, who broke a tackle at the 40 and is able to pick up 20 down to the 37-yard line. Adams had to shove him out.
Boy, Okoye just happened to be out there, but what a great play. They lined up on the scrimmage, threw that out so quick. Defense didn't have time to set up.
Lead play with the H-back leading the way for Kerry Lacey, the 5'7" senior. And he picks up 4 to move the sticks. Leamer with his first stop.
Leamer's that middle linebacker. I mean, he's a big kid in there. He's 215, 5'10".
Swing it out of the ball was almost picked off. There's Cortland Leamer. They tried to hit the fullback out in the flat, but a very dangerous pass right there. Leamer almost had his first pick.
Boy, he just gets right out there. He reads it perfectly, gets that hand out there and swats it away.
Man, really nice play. How fast is Braswell coming out and playing here?
Yeah,
3rd and 7.
Quick.
Reverse out. Bird backs up to buy time, and he throws short. Had it been on time, Kevin Courtney, the safety, might have jumped that route, and it brings up a 3rd down now for Braswell.
Man, Vines puts great move out there on the quarterback. He's out there. Watch here. He gets out, spreads it out, and then he pushes and gets pushes that number 24 a little bit into the backfield, gets his hands up, and makes that play go dead.
4th and 6. They've got to have the 27 to move it. They're going to go for it here. 6'2", 185-pound junior quarterback. He's got a couple of wide receivers to the left, and both of them move, including Kenji Hooker, who got out as the number 2 receiver there. But I think a timeout was called prior to the movement.
I think that's a good timeout for Saxy. I know that they kind of needed to catch a breath. I think they were caught a little off guard with how fast they were coming up to the line and snapping that ball.
You know, and one of the things and points of emphasis, too, that Saxy head coach Mark Behrens wanted to accomplish tonight was getting some pressure on Keegan Bird because, as you know, Saxy a little bit thin and young in the secondary, and the more pressure that they can get on the Braswell quarterback, the better.
Yeah, but they were getting that ball off too quick. There was not enough time to get any pressure on the quarterback. I mean, he's throwing those quick, 5-6 yard out patterns, and I think they needed a break. I'm glad they got a little timeout right here.
Yeah, no doubt. And sometimes you see offenses come out and they try to play fast, but they're unable to play fast. They're playing too fast for their own good. I didn't feel that from Braswell their first 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah, I think those plays were scripted all week long, and they knew exactly what they were going to do and probably had practiced just the way they did it. And, you know, they caught Saxy relaxed trying to set a huddle for defense, and they caught him on that long pass earlier.
Well, Saxy defensive coordinator Mitch Reed certainly has some doing to do here. And we'll see what they draw up on a 4th down and 6 from the 33-yard line. Again, Saxy comes in 1-1. Braswell comes in 1-1. This Saxy team, again, ended up losing to Coppell 42-28, but 64 points rolled up against Red Oak. And they beat them 64-42, so they're giving up points, 42 a game, but they're scoring almost 50 a game. They've got to come up with some defense here against Braswell. 4th and 6, snap it quickly out of the timeout. There's Bird looking sideline, nobody open. He's going to force it, and it goes incomplete along the sideline. What terrific coverage by Leon Williams, who's a senior physical cornerback.
Wow, just impressive to be able to stop that. You saw Braswell just coming down the field on him, but this time, Bird's looking downfield. There is no one to throw to. I mean, everybody was covered like a blanket. Great coverage by number 4, Courtney, number 9, Williams. Both of them did a great job there.
So Saxy takes over with 10:08 to go. We haven't played 2 minutes. The second possession already for Saxy from their own 33-yard line. And again, they'll try to run between the tackles with R.C. Reeves, who averaged about 5.4 yards per carry coming in, but only gets 1 here.
Well, it's going to be tough to run on the Bengals. I mean, they average only 17 yards per game on the ground. They're only giving that amount up.
2nd and 9 out of that odd front. They show blitz. Orgy for the first time uses the legs. What a hole at midfield. Across the 40, he's down to the 31-yard line. 36 on the scamper is Tajon Juice. The cornerback had to track him down.
Well, this is what the RPO is. Everybody goes to trying to stop the run on the outside, and then Orgy goes straight up the middle.
What a run for Orgy, and that's what he does. Sometimes he errs toward throwing it a little bit too much, and now the draw play to Reeves across the 25. His best carry of the game is close to another Saxy first down.
Wow, you just saw the same exact area. Went right up the same hole there. Getting great block by big number 77, Clearfield.
2nd and call it 2, and on the RPO, it's Orgy breaking tackles at the line, getting in the red zone for another 5 yards and a first down.
Well, I think that's what I'm going to keep doing if I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm going to get right up under there at number 77 at Connor Clearfield. Big dude making some great blocks.
And the one thing that Orgy really learned to do against Red Oak was use his legs instead of forcing the ball, and we've seen a couple of big ones here. Orgy in trouble, though, this time. He kept it and got swarmed under. Not by 1, but by 2 big defensive players and a couple of guys, including Bryce Montgomery, picking up his 2nd sack.
Yard loss. 2nd down, 16.
Well, you see it right there. He just played it really well. Stayed outside just like they coach him.
And this Braswell team, they're physical, and you've got to account for the outside backers, particularly on a 2nd down play and long here. They will bring the blitz, and this time it's to an open man. That's Hartz up the sideline, cuts it inside. He's got the touchdown. How about Hartz using the nifty, shifty move there, 25 yards to put Saxy on the board first.
Boy, that offense coordinator knows how to get his guys open. Hart just sets down about 5 yards. But you see, Jet runs them all upfield. They're all covering him into the end zone, leaves Hart wide open, and then he just uses his legs to do the rest.
The point after, Saxy 10 of 11 on point after so far this year, and this one on the way and good. So Alvarado able to put it through, and that will take us to the 7:58 mark at our first timeout. It's Saxy 7 and Braswell nothing.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit GISDEdFoundation.org.
A 25-yard touchdown pass from Alex Orgy to Jamari Hart's, his third touchdown catch of the year. And there's Alex Orgy, who has now thrown for 6 touchdown passes against just 2 picks here in the first 2 games and 3 minutes, essentially. And, boy, this Saxy team, as we know, can put up points in a hurry.
6'3", 220 pounds. Here it is. Looky there. Beautiful, just on the run throw, steps in. Jet gets a nice block at the end zone, and Hart's in for the touchdown. 4 plays, 47 yards.
Pretty efficient right there for Saxy. And this offense, again, averaging 46 points per game. But more importantly, Bobby, 586 yards every time they suited up so far this year.
Yeah, leading the Metroplex in offense. I mean, they're good. And again, the offense is offense friendly. They do the RPO. They got 4 wideouts. They spread the defense out there. Got great receivers, big line. Then Alex Orgy's just he's doing a good job in the backfield, just making sure and telling people where to go and what to do, orchestrating it.
Alejandro Alvarado to tee it up. Saxy out in front 7-zip, and it's going to be a pooch kick. And a fair catch going to be signaled for by Bryson Cornelius. And that is where Braswell will start, down by a touchdown, 7:58 to play here in the first quarter. They've come out in support of their Mustangs tonight.
Isn't it good to see? And today, stepped out around lunchtime. It seemed like the high was only about 90 degrees out there. This is a great night. Humidity's kind of low.
Yeah, you get up this morning and temperature was about, 70 degrees, I believe.
That was awesome.
Approaching fall. It'll change to the fall season next week, in fact. RPO, a little hesitation on the handoff to Lacey, but Lacey gets into the third level, and look out. He's got speed across the 30, broke a tackle, tracked down in the red zone. What a job by Kerry Lacey. James Adams had to track him all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, he's super fast. Look how fast he is. Lacey is. They have him right there, and then he just outruns everybody.
55 yards for Lacey, and why not go back to the big man across the 10. Getting tripped up this time, Jonathan Chine, the junior, 5'11", 190-pound outside linebacker. Well, Braswell does not waste time. On the cusp of tying this thing up on the out, Wallace overthrown by Bird that time, and it looked like he had a couple of steps on James Adams.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, they tried to do it quick. There's the battle right there. Number 1 against number 2.
That is a big battle. You see Adams, and got a flag down here against Saxy. Second down and 4 will now turn into 1st and goal after the offside penalty. So negate that incompletion. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6.
Watch this run right up the middle here.
RPO to Lacey, a clothesline, but Bird kept it, put his foot in the ground, and he's got a touchdown. 6 yards out. First, what a tackle on Lacey, but then Bird with the keeper, and how about the cut at the 2?
Well, I thought they had it played right here. Boom, they got him. But that's what that RPO does. He pulls it down and takes off running, and it plants his foot and runs right off that back shoulder. That's a good run right there.
Keegan Bird doing what Alex Orgy showed us on the last drive. Here's Jaden Morrison for the point after. And that ties us up at 7:23 to play here in the first quarter. We haven't played half of the first quarter. Both teams have scored a touchdown on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-TECH and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
71. 3 plays, 71 yards for Braswell. Ties us up at 7:23 to play here in the first quarter. Scott Garner, Bobby George, Thomas Hart up here tonight as Denton Braswell teeing things up. And I'm not sure if we expected a shootout tonight, but I think that's what we're going to get. Jaden Morrison high to the right side. There is Hartz, who scored the touchdown a moment ago, coming all the way across the field. Got strung out shy of the 30-yard line.
Forced out of bounds on the 30-yard line. 22 yards on the return. Taken out of bounds by Jacob Kabah.
So Alex Orgy and this Saxy offense goes back out after they went 3 plays and out on their first possession and then ripped off 67 yards on 4 plays on a 25-yard pass to Hartz a moment ago to get him on the board. A little power play, and R.C. Reeves trying to bounce, and too much speed there for Braswell, including the defensive end Andrew Marshall.
Yeah, they're pretty quick, aren't they?
They are.
There hadn't been very much good running, but, you know, Saxy found a little something there behind Clearfield on number 77, and that's where they got all their yards last possession.
RPO, and this time Orgy finds 4 guys in the backfield. The flag comes in for potentially holding, and they'll lose 2 as Orgy tried to bounce this time, and boy, Bollock would have nothing of it, that inside linebacker.
Yeah, they're having a hard time stretching it out, running outside.
Yeah, most of their yards on the ground have come between the tackles.
Right in there, yeah.
Going to be an interesting decision here. They'll talk with Cody Moore, the head coach for Braswell, who is in his 5th year as the head coach. Call here from Nathan Mixon. Going to decline the penalty, and they're going to take the loss. 3rd and 12. Yeah, Cody Moore, offensive coordinator at Rockwall for a couple of years after he spent time in Mesquite ISD as the OC for Horn. 3rd and 12, they'll roll Orgy out. Going to look underneath, and it goes incomplete. It was tipped, trying to find Jet Creel, the possession receiver, but the ball was tipped. Robinson was over there, and now this Saxy team's got to punt again.
Yeah, they got to roll it out. This time they set down on Hart, didn't give him that outside throw. He had to make the throw to Creel, but it got tipped out of that outside linebacker, and here we go. Saxy's punting.
That was Blake Fan that got a piece of it, a guy that's gained 20 pounds, and he had a tremendous offseason, but even with the extra pounds, you see how quick he is and good in coverage. And Saxy punting this one away again. A flag down at the line of scrimmage. They'll let it roll. Another great punt.
Alex Orgy.
Alex Orgy?
Yeah.
Tell you what, Alex Orgy pulling his best Danny White impersonation tonight, I tell you.
Yeah, isn't that great, though? You could snap it back there, and then he could throw a 45-yard bomb.
What a weapon that is.
Yeah, really.
Well, let's check the infraction here. Braswell may make him do it again. They're going to make him punt it again. Illegal procedure going to be marched off against Saxy. So you see Mark Behrens, who's in his 18th year as the head coach for Saxy. He wants a little bit of an explanation. 107-74, his career record.
Yeah, I see Alex Orgy down there on the sideline. He doesn't know what's going on. He's got his helmet off, talking, and now I got to go out there and punt again.
Somebody better learn it. Get out there and do it again. Tell you, it's a pleasure to watch him punt. How good is he? This guy had what was that first punt? 46, I believe.
46, yeah. It had to be at least 4 seconds hang time.
2 back deep to receive here for Braswell. Very little in terms of pressure. This is not his best effort, but it's going to take a big bounce. How about a 20-yard plus roll here inside the 30-yard line?
All the way down to the 26, where it'll be first down.
52 yards on the kick, and 20 of that came on the roll.
That's that rugby style punt. When you can get that thing going, rolling. Bad thing is if it starts bouncing the wrong direction, it'll come back to you. But you get it rolling that direction, it'll roll a long ways.
Yeah, it's funny. You look at Saxy as we get a glance here at the Denton Braswell offense coming out. The one thing that they wanted to get better at was being a little bit more consistent. It's kind of been feast or famine tonight for the Mustangs. Stop route and overshot Wallace, Ryan Wallace, Keegan Bird. Never really had him open. Pretty good coverage by LeKeldrick Vines, the weak side linebacker.
Yeah, there wasn't much open. I was looking down there, and Saxy's defense did a great job of picking everybody up.
Play action here. In fact, they'll go to Lacey. Lacey up the gut for 2, maybe 3. And that's going to be it for the 5'7", 160-pound senior. Jacob Gonzalez on the stop. Another big third down coming up here. 3rd and 7. Big down for the Saxy defense. On a play action, they'll roll Keegan. He's going to throw it deep. Trying to find his man and undershot him. A little collision at the 30, but they'll go ahead and say, no, Williams just a little inadvertent contact there with Jaden Acker, the intended wide receiver.
Yeah, he was just running as fast as he could down the field, and they were just going to toss it as far as they could and see what happens. But as you can see right here, he just had somebody in his face there, and the ball kind of just falls short. There's no way. That ball's kind of uncatchable. It was just short.
Morrison will drop back to kick it from his own 14. Bat snap, and off the bounce, he gets it away and gets away a good one. Creel driven back to his own 25, and he juggles it. Ball is muffed, and he covers it up. Boy, disaster on both sides, and I thought that Saxy might pay a big price.
Boy, what a great punt he gets off with this thing, though. I mean, that could have been a disaster for the Bengals.
54 yards on that kick after the 52-yard Saxy boot. Boy, Alex Orgy and this off, they're already back out there. These two teams, I think they want 110 snaps before this thing's over. My goodness. Little John, the fake handoff to him, and Orgy gets turned over, heels overhead there, 5 yards, and before he gets brought down.
Yeah, we don't see number 44 on our roster, but again, it's hard to pull him down. I mean, look at that strength that he has.
2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
2nd down and 5 coming up with the Mustangs. Orgy, short side of the field. Again, Hartz makes a man miss. Well, he's got good speed. All the way past midfield. 24 yards, and most of it after the catch.
Again, it's the same route. He just sets down about 7 yards and lets Jet Krill run out behind him, and it just kind of splits that defense. They don't know what to do.
Boy, he accelerates in a hurry. That first step, he's almost to max speed after 2 steps. First carry of the game for Little John, and a cutback across the 45 and down to the 41. 8 yards before Blake Fan can make his 3rd stop.
I like the name Little John, man. Look at this. He just sticks his foot in the dirt right there and just takes off.
Hey, remember, without Luke Kiefer, their starting running back, they've had to bring LaDon Littlejohn up from the JV. He played last week, did such a good job, they said, we'll give him another week. 2nd and 2. Again, Littlejohn ran into his own guy and then got pulled down from the top. Boy, it ran right into.
It's just really hard to get on the outside of this team. I mean, they're fast out there, and their defensive ends string it out, and it just makes it really difficult. Look at this. It's good discipline, staying outside like that.
Scott Camacho's the one that got him, but he loses 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. And again, you don't want to go punt here. I know they got a 1st down, but they've got to start stringing some of these drives together. Mark Barron's very concerned about that. Take it to Little John, and now Orgy with his legs runs over his own lineman, and he's short of the 1st down. Just couldn't quite be patient enough to get that and ran right into the right tackle. Caden Parr. Montgomery gets credit for the stop.
Now, what do you do here? You can probably, it's in that undecision spot where you can either run it, you're 4th and 1, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for it.
Tight right. Handoff straight ahead. How about Little John? Boy, that is some confidence in a JV kid brought up. Tyson Trammell the stop. I like how Little John just runs behind his pads.
Whew.
3 yards and they'll move the sticks.
Well, he's not a little guy. He's 195 pounds.
Yeah. But he's not one of these guys that waste any time. They'll roll the pocket here to the left. Again, Camacho's on his trail. What an arm rolling to his left. And it overshot Gladney. He was in single coverage that time, but boy, against his body, Orgy threw it all the way to the goal line. Robinson was in coverage.
That is a very difficult throw, and especially to throw it that deep. And it was pretty accurate. He's just trying to set his feet and get turned around so he can throw it. Pressure in his face, and he still gets it down there like that. Oh!
Showing us why Virginia Tech really had their eye on him last year. And there were a bevy of universities that thought that Alex Orgy might make their program better, but Virginia Tech committed to keeping him at quarterback. Screen to the middle, first time, Hart bottled up. Really well played on 2nd down at 10. Just a nice job by a slew of folks, including the end, Andrew Marshall, his 2nd stop.
The thing is with these kind of plays, you have to have your offensive line hold their blocks. And what they usually do, it's hard to be disciplined in high school. They hit their guy, and then they just take off immediately to set up that screen, and it doesn't give enough time for the play to develop.
It's 3rd and 10. Game tied at 7. We're late first quarter.
Orgy
on a touch pass. Founds Gladney on a cross. Inside the 20. Best pass of the night from Orgy on the timing pattern, 29 yards.
It's difficult for a quarterback to not just bullet that ball. You can see he just touched past it so that it would be accurate, and he put it right on the money. That was beautiful.
1st and goal from the 10. Saxy looking to take their 2nd lead of the first quarter. On the RPO, Orgy stood up, fights it off, but then 2 more come right on him and took him down at the line of scrimmage. But Orgy kept those feet churning, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's like he sees things in slow motion. Just to see that pass, to see these other passes out to Hart, it's like everything. He knows that offense so well. He knows where everybody's going to be.
Trips out wide right to the wide side of the field here on 2nd and goal. Pressure from the edge. Orgy still looking, going to use the feet. Runs over a guy. Love how he gets 2 or 3 extra yards. He doesn't run out of bounds. Ran straight over the defender who tried to get him. That was Tony Itoya. 3rd and goal from the 3.
Wow. He didn't have anybody open.
No.
And he had guys waving their hands in the middle of the field like, throw it to me, I'm open. But you do that, and a lot of times that'll be an interception. He does the smart thing and picks up a few extra yards. 3rd
and goal from the 3. Orgy on the keeper. Short. 4th and goal from the 2. He only got 1.
Now what do we do?
I don't see how they could possibly kick the field goal here in a game like this.
Making a stop for the Bengals, Braswell Bengals and Andrew Marshall.
12th play of the drive coming up for Saxy.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to think about it for a second.
Now, Mark Barron's going to do what Braswell had to on a big play earlier and call the timeout with 3 seconds to go. And they're going to let it go to the quarter here. Tied at 7 through the first 12 minutes. And a very opportune time for the quarter to end because Saxy needs a breather. On a 4th and goal from the 2, we'll see what happens next on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Good matchup tonight here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, and a big crowd on hand to see Saxy take on Denton Braswell. Two teams that come in 1-1. Been back and forth since this thing started. As Mark Barron's Sachse Mustangs will try to put in the end zone here on a 4th and goal from the 2. Party time for a lot of these students, too.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, you know, this is early. Everybody's really into football. It's starting to turn fall. Man, it's just exciting time of the year.
Great time of the year. College football has kicked off. The Cowboys start tonight. This is a great night for football, and we're so happy to have you along on GRS TV.
Well, Braswell, 108 total yards, 3 first downs, man. They were really kicking it in gear, scored quickly. Their offense is so fast.
They are so fast, and boy, this is a huge play. I dare say the biggest play of the season so far for this Sachse Mustangs team. They're coming off of a nice win, which they beat Red Oak 64-42. I don't know that anybody expected them to score like that. It may take an effort like that tonight to beat Braswell, even on their home turf. Let's see what happens on 4th and goal. Orgy, rolling, pressure to the end zone.
Oh,
Touchdown! Jet Creel, the junior, with his 2nd touchdown grab of the year, came out of nowhere to come back for that football.
Wow. Alex Orgy it's like he sees it in slow motion. I've said it earlier, but watch him. He's just dragging the play out, drag it out, and then look at that little touch pass. Hey, here I am. Throw it to me.
Jet Creel, who had an unbelievable catch for his first touchdown grab of the year last week when he caught it, broke a tackle, and then went to the house against Red Oak. And that time he saves the day for the Mustangs. And the point after by Alejandro Alvarado gives Saxe their second 7-point lead of this game. 11:54 to play. We're in the second quarter of action. We'll take a break and continue. You're watching GRS TV.
79 yards, 13 plays.
Alex Orgy throwing the touchdown pass, his 2nd of the game, his 7th of the year. This time to Jet Creel to give Saxe their second 7-point advantage. And on the kickoff, a fair catch being signaled for and made by Bryson Cornelius. And so Braswell with some more work to do, down by a touchdown. But what a drive. 13 plays, 79 yards for Saxe. That's the consistency that head coach Mark Barron's has been looking for.
Hey, it was beautiful. It was a little run and a little pass, a little run, a little pass, a little run, a little pass, and man, all of a sudden you're sitting in the end zone.
6-yard line.
Here comes Braswell, 11:53 to go here in the second quarter. First time we've seen a screen wide side of the field. This is Fisher's first grab of the game. He picks up 5. 2nd and 5 coming up now for Braswell.
Yeah, Courtney, he played that well from the safety spot, coming all the way across to make that tackle.
Power play, ball is picked off, almost intercepted.
Oh.
Tipped and almost picked off. What a play. O'Feely, a backup defensive end, got his hands up. Boy, those ends are well coached. Boy, those ends are really well coached.
I mean, that ball just bounced around so high in the air. You know, he's probably just seeing that in slow motion, and then you got the quarterback hanging on his arm, and
On the ground this time to Fisher, and Fisher on 3rd and 5, able to go off tackle and pick up 7 to move the sticks.
Boy, Levi Shirley just reminded him, hey, we're playing big-time football right here.
1st and 10 from the 39. This is Burton. Burton getting 4 up the middle. Burton, a really tough downhill runner. Very physical. Haven't seen a lot of him. 5'10", 180-pound junior running back.
Well, you see big number 5 there. Shirley again making a huge stop.
Shirley with 2 of the last 3 tackles. Going deep. Right side for Acker, and it's overshot. Leon Williams has done a really good job tonight. He had 44 stops last year from his cornerback spot. He's covered well tonight.
Oh, he's great, man. He's 6'2", 180 pounds, and super fast. And it's not about just his speed. He's the quick guy. He gets his feet moving really quick and fast.
3rd and 6. And again, Burton using the strength to get close to first down yardage. I thought for a moment that Jacob Gonzalez might be able to keep him from getting the sticks, but it doesn't look like it. First down. Braswell continues to move at a very consistent pace here. They were averaging, again, 378 yards per game, and a lot on the ground. This time a counter play, and not very much. Another good play. Chris Talley in there.
Yeah,
Sean
Catherman,
Catherman, the defensive end.
Yeah, he did a great job right there. He stayed outside. I thought it had a potential to get wide and get gone, but Catherman came in there and stopped it.
Play action on the RPO, this time wide open on the slant. Wallace going to turn around and try to pick up a few more. 18 picked up. Move the sticks again. Adams in coverage. 1st and 10 from the 31. They can't even get the sticks set, and already throwing a play here. And this time a little screen out to Scott Camacho. Levi Shirley again. The safety coming up. This is already the 10th play of this drive, believe it or not. 10 plays. Started less than 2 minutes ago. Another play fake. And a little hitch thrown to Fisher, his 2nd grab of the half. He picks up 7, 3rd and short now. Kevin Courtney, the safety, brought him down.
Yeah, Courtney does a great job. He's playing safety over there, and he has to choose between 2 players to cover. And so when he does catch the ball in front of him, he's got to react quickly to make that tackle. Braswell
trying to match the touchdown. We got a whistle and flags before the snap here. Somebody moved. Boy, you could just see Harris coming off of the edge there, the backup linebacker. They dialed up a blitz, and his mouth was foaming down there.
Nobody blocked him.
No. Came untouched. We've seen some guys, some backups making some plays here. This is a Saxy team that will roll some different players in. 3rd down, 7 from the 29. 9:44, 2nd quarter. Probably 4-down territory here. Bird going to run with it and taken down short of the first down. He took off, but Cortland Lemar ends up making his 4th tackle of the half.
Lamar's been showing out all night, and that was just a quick, aggressive move. He was going upfield. Hart comes through the middle, and he has to change directions and get back there to make that tackle, and it was a touchdown-saving one.
4th and a long 4.
Free
Blitz
play.
shown by Harris. Flag comes out for offsides. A little lob on a fade, and it goes incomplete. And we'll see what the penalty is going to be about, but it was just a little fade out to Acker.
Yeah, I think it was a free play. I think Saxy jumps.
They did. Boy, that is a costly mistake, because this is probably going to be able to move the sticks. If not, it's close. So a 4th and 5 turns into a 1st and 10. They're going to give him the first down. So how about that? Boy, Coach Behrens, you see him there. He is not very happy about it. RPO.
Here he comes.
Pressure on Bird.
Uh-oh.
Throws it. Incomplete. Boy, Coach Behrens.
They might call a penalty on this one here.
There may be.
He had pressure. They're going to discuss it and talk about if he just threw that ball away because he was fixing to get sacked.
Well, Nathan Maxon is our lead official. The umpires Clifford Peacock, Timothy Wilt, the head linesman, Tommy Gillian, the line judge, Jeff Bixie, the back judge, William Bean, the field judge, Brett Little, the side judge tonight. Here comes Nathan Maxon. We've seen him 2 or 3 times. Coach Behrens wants to talk with him. This officiating crew out of the Dallas Football Officials Association. They're doing a good job tonight.
You like to see officials that are direct and know what they're doing and can tell you what's going on in the play and give you hand signals up here. And this crew is pretty good. Oh, yeah, he's just throwing that away out there. Probably should be a penalty there.
Well, it's got to get past the line of scrimmage, even if you're out of the pocket, and it wasn't. But they have waved it off somehow. That's why Coach Behrens wanted to get an explanation. But maybe they've ruled that the ball was tipped. It was hard to tell. Here's Bird. Quick pass. Hitch. Wallace, the speed, the move, the touchdown. 21 yards. Jerian Wallace on the touchdown. 3rd of the year. What a move right here.
Yeah, he's got his guy out there in the open, and it's one-on-one right there. He just makes one move to the left and breaks it to the right. He scoots into the end zone right there. Good play call.
Point after will tie this game, and Jaden Morrison puts it through. 8:55 to go here in the second quarter. Tied at 14, Saxy and Denton Braswell on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Impressive drive for Braswell. 12 plays, 75 yards, capped off by the 21-yard touchdown pass from Bird to Wallace. They get Wallace on an island. He made one move, and it was a beeline to the end zone, and that drive succeeding the Saxy 13-play, 79-yard drive. So we're tied at 14 back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Scott Garner, Bobby George, 8:55 to play here in the second quarter.
I tell you, that defense of Saxy in the past would give up huge plays. They've always had a pretty good offense, but they would give up huge plays, and teams would score on them in 3 or 4 plays and you know, be but you don't see that tonight.
And we didn't have that last drive either. They had an 18-yard pass, and then that 21-yard pass was the most explosive play they had.
That's right, and then everything else they've kept in front of them. So if your offense is going to be able to score like they can, and you can just keep the other team from scoring huge plays, you know, Saxy, I think I would give them the benefit of it right there, because I think they're really consistent at scoring. Other teams may make a mistake.
And there's no doubt that this Saxy team improved defensively over last year. Now, that's a dangerous play right there, as we see Cam Gladney just kind of let that ball dangle. If it kicks up and stops, that's a live ball unless it goes in the end zone. But regardless, there's no question the Saxy team better defensively than where we saw them last year.
Yeah, I like their secondary. I think they've got a lot of size on that secondary. They've got guys that can really run. And when you have size, you know, you can really put your hands on a receiver and keep them from getting off the line of scrimmage. And
they're covering well and pressing off the line really well.
Yeah, that's what I say. And then that sets up other things for you.
Orgy hands it off to R.C. Reeves, who is the #1 back tonight, but generally the #2 back in the system. Picks up 7 before Armand Robinson can make the play. But remember, Luke Kiefer, their starting running back, unavailable tonight.
Yeah, nice run right there. But again, he didn't get touched till he was like 4 yards down the field.
Well, this offensive line has done a really good job against sometimes an odd front. Sometimes they'll move the linebackers down. Braswell and Cody Moore doing a good job of mixing up their defense. See Gladney going in motion here. Orgy looking that way. Pressure, and they pick up the pressure, giving Orgy some time, but he throws it low to Gladney, and it goes incomplete.
Wow, I really thought that they were going to get into that backfield so quick, and that defense just couldn't get there. You see number 24 make a great block on that blitz.
Yeah, they'll cut block.
Got away with a little holding right there, though.
Well, the flag got thrown, so we'll get some more of
Okay,
Nathan
I didn't
Mixon.
see it out there. I saw it on the replay. I just didn't see it out there on the field.
And they're asking Cody Moore, hey, do you want to take it? It's not going to be a hold, though. It's going to be an illegal procedure penalty that's going to be declined. We've seen probably too many pre-snap penalties between the two teams.
Of course, they're getting ready for district play next week, so, you got this free game here.
3rd and 3. They show power. It's quarterback power, but they get in the backfield. Orgy fighting, but he can barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Just too many white jerseys. Blake Fan was the first one to get there. We mentioned he gained the 20 pounds in the offseason, but so much more experience now, and there were 2 or 3 guys that got in the backfield. They ran the quarterback power, and that's supposed to hit quickly, and it didn't.
Yeah, they thought they could pick up 3 or 4 yards on that, maybe get close to the first down, but that defense just held.
Orgy's the punter, nice and effortless. Boy, he's a great punter. Great athlete. That ball's live. Bobble there by Acker, who's usually sure-handed from his wide receiver spot, returning now. And it'll be inside the 20 here. So, hey, the punt game, the kick game for Saxy's been beneficial for them tonight.
Well, if he wasn't anything but a punter, he'd probably be getting looked at by big D1 schools.
No question about it. 51 yards on that kick. Boy, how nice and effortless is it? I mean, he does. It's like a golf swing. Sometimes you rush it and you try to hit it too hard and you shank it. But his rhythm as a punter is really good.
Looks like he's barely trying. The thing just goes.
Great way to put it. It does. It looks like he's just effortless out there. Braswell picks it up, though, from their own 16. 7:29 to go. They'll keep it on the ground. They've had good success going to Kerry Lacey between the tackles. He picks up 7 here. Looked like Gibbs got a hand on him, and so did O'Feely from his backup in position.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
Right back to him. Lacey spinning in the backfield. But he does a good job of continuing to move his feet, getting close to the first down to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Saxy was there. They had guys all over the place, but he's kind of shifty back there. He doesn't let anybody get a hold of him, and he just about picked up that first down, and he really didn't have anywhere to go.
And they've got 2 or 3 guys that can run it, Burton and Lacey. This time it's the quarterback Bird that's going to keep on 3rd and short. To the edge, he got slung down. Shirley got him. He's made a ton of plays. They're going to give him the first, though, with that spot.
Boy. That was a designed run that direction. Shirley makes a great tackle.
Pocket clean for Bird. He's got all day, but now it breaks down. He's got to make a decision and throws it into the bench. Boy, he had a clean pocket early, and Saxy kept working.
Yeah, Leon Williams, though, was just so good out there. He was not letting that receiver get away from him. He stayed on him, even though a lot of times those plays last so long that receivers can just kind of hide and get away. But
boy, Leon Williams, James Adams, they are staying with the wide receivers in press coverage tonight, and there's a bad toss on 2nd down and 10. That's just a bad toss to Acker. Just tried to find him out on the sideline, and you had Abdella, a backup cornerback, in the game. They tried to go right at him, but not a good pass.
Yeah, Abdella is 5'9", 150 pounds, and they put him out there and went straight at him.
Back-to-back incompletions for the first time since the first drive, and now Bird's going to go deep. Look out. And it's on the money,
Wow,
but bounces
what
off
coverage.
of Wallace's chest. Had him on the deep cross. James Adams was in coverage, and that ball was the best that Bird has thrown tonight.
I mean, that's why you need to be 6 foot, 180 pounds. And that's exactly what they did. They just brought him back into the game, and then he goes right out there and knocks the ball out. That was perfect coverage. Perfect ball. It's thrown perfect. So if you weren't right on him, that's going to be a touchdown.
An unbelievable ball. Keegan Bird getting better as this game continues here. That is a nice rugby kick, and it sends Creel all the way to the sideline. It's unreturnable, and so not great field position now for Saxy.
But again, that's what you want for your defense, right? You want them to go out there and not give up big plays, keep everything in front of you, trust in your defensive backs, and then funnel everything in towards your linebackers. And those linebackers for Saxy are really good.
Bobby, listen to the yardage on these punts tonight. 46, 52, 54, 51, and that one was only 47.
Man, slacker.
I'm telling you. Hey, is this a high school game we're watching? This has been incredible tonight.
Really is.
And hey, listen.
Special teams play has been great.
It has been great. And, you know, Mark Behrens, who's in his 18th year as head coach for Saxy, you see him there taking his headset off. He said coming in, hey, these are some of the things we got to work on. We got to be consistent. We got to do a better job in the kicking game. And, boy, have they.
Yeah, even on their kickoffs. They've been kicking those little pooch kicks, you know, off the kickoff, and they've been sitting right about the 25 to 30-yard line, and they haven't done anything but fair catch it. So no opportunity for them to return anything.
You know, they've got players. There's no doubt. They've got players out there who can play. I love the O-line for Saxy. As, again, a big student section tonight. They have come to support the Sachse Mustangs in this ball game. And got the lays around the necks tonight.
Yeah.
A little Hawaiian theme going. But you know, we watched this Saxy team last year, and Bobby, they end up going to the playoffs with just 3 wins. They lose to Skyline in the first round, but they really hung with the Raiders, and they felt like they should have won that game.
Yeah, look, it seemed like they got better and better as the season went along, and it shows because half their team, I mean, they've got a huge senior class here. They just got better.
Orgy, Streen, Reeves. Reeves with not much room on the sideline. Decent execution, but they ran it to the short side of the field. It didn't pick up much. Montgomery was the first to get there out of his backside linebacker position.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen them try to set that screen up. But it's really hard to do, to set the screen up, because everybody's got to be patient. They've got to stay on their guys just long enough to set the thing up. It takes a lot of timing.
2nd and 9.
Uh-oh. Big hit.
Yeah, big hit. Nowhere to go there. And LaDon Littlejohn ended up getting planted back there, and they will lose a yard. It was actually R.C. Reeves again. Going to pull him out of the game.
Yeah, the Bengals, man, they've been really good this year on their run stop. I mean, I've said it more than once. They don't let you run too much on them. They don't give up a whole lot of yards per game.
Game's tied at 14. Might we see a quarterback keeper here? You don't want a mistake on 3rd and 10. Your late second quarter.
He's going to roll out to the right and throw it.
Orgy going to go deep. He's got a man, but it's through the hands of Jet Creel. Might have been a little bit long, but it was over the cornerback and under the safety. He got past Cornelius, who just could not stay with him.
Well, he really missed an opportunity of throwing in the middle of the field here. He was going Jet Creel on the outside, but his play was right there in the middle.
Oh, Creel just could not quite make that fingertip grab. Was worried about the safety maybe coming over. Orgy scoops that thing up like a shortstop, and even his mishits end up being good kicks.
Well, that ball did. It just took a one-hopper right into his hands.
That's his shortest punt of the night, 39 yards. 4:49 to play. We are in the second quarter. Game is tied at 14. Been a great game tonight. We expected a good game. Getting Saxy out of 9 6A. And this is a Saxy team that right now is behind Garland, North Garland, and Lakeview Centennial, who we will see next week on GRS TV. All 3 of those teams 2-0 headed into week number 3.
Yeah, you know, we always think about the top 4 teams. They go to the playoffs, and usually it's always been Rowlett and Saxy and, Lakeview sometimes. But this year, you kind of wonder, is it going to get rearranged a little bit? There's a lot of talent on different teams. We had Naaman Forest last year. They were really good, but almost their entire class graduated. So you're just going to have to see how these teams develop. But right now, it looks like Saxy has got a strong athletic team.
And here's Lacey looking for a first down on 2nd and 4, and he's got it. Picks up 5 to the 43. Boy, this Braswell team does not waste any time. They went to Fisher on the first play of the drive on his 3rd catch. Picked up decent yardage. How about this counter? Boy, get this guy Burton in the open field. He's across midfield, and he's down to around the 47-yard line. 10 more before Kevin Courtney can make his 4th tackle, that big, heavy hitter at the safety spot.
Yeah, that defensive end ran right past the running back. He just ran right past him. I don't think he saw it. He was going right for the quarterback, and you just got to open your eyes. You got to read it just a little bit better than that. You'd have had a nice stop in the backfield.
1st and 10, RPO. Looking for the deep dig. Nobody home against zone coverage. And they flip it into the flat. Nobody covered Acker. Acker makes the catch. They rally to him, but not before he picks up 13. Leon Williams, the senior, met him on the sideline.
They just had way too much time to throw the ball. You can see right here, look, we can count to 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. I think he got up to about 7 before he got to throw that thing.
That's too long. Another RPO, and this is a bad pass out into the flat. It goes incomplete. And that one over to Fisher. It brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they got a theme going on out here, don't they? It's
Yeah,
a little
they do.
Hawaiian night.
You got a Hawaiian night. I think I saw a Toronto Blue Jay hat. Was that a Blue Jay cap?
Hey, we're not going to talk about Blue Jays here.
Oh, okay. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Burton. A cutback at the 30. Picks up 8 of the 10 down to the 26. 3rd and 2. Big down for the Saxy defense. Game tied at 14. Back to Burton, and Burton
play.
squeezes to the 2nd level. There's not a safety to be found. To the goal line and the touchdown, 26 yards for Jalen Burton, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year.
Well, there's what we were talking about earlier, is just no safety. Don't give up that big play, and Hal Saxy has been able to stop that. But that one got loose from him.
Jalen Burton. The point after is perfect, and Braswell takes their first advantage of the game with 3:08 to play in the 2nd quarter. 5 touchdowns put up between the two teams, and now we'll see if Saxy can battle back. Late 2nd quarter on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
We are all
3:08 to go here in the 2nd quarter as Braswell has scored, and they have now posted the last 2 touchdowns of this game to take their first advantage of the contest. 21-14, 26-yard run by Jalen Burton, capping a 7-play drive that goes 68 yards.
Well, they had him. They had him up there, stopped at the line of scrimmage, but they got a great block by their fullback, a little lead block on Gonzalez, number 55, and then there was no one behind him. He was just able to sprint to the end zone. Gave up that big play. We were talking about it earlier. Saxy hadn't been giving up big plays.
They certainly did that time, and Rodas faked as if he was going to kick it. This ball lands at the 5. That's a live football.
Get it.
And it just barely goes into the end zone.
That's the second time we've seen that.
2nd in a row. Cam Gladney, he's not worried about it.
No, not at all, but I think somebody might need to talk to him. Hey, tell him it's a live ball. You better step it back a little bit and maybe take that one.
If that ball kicks up an instant, just a bit right there, man, that
He's
last
going to get
little
tackled
bounce.
on the 3-yard line probably. I mean, they were all over it.
Saxy down a touchdown, starts from their own 25. 3:08 to play here in the second quarter. Alex Orgy with a pistol back. R.C. Reeves behind him. Again, remember, no Luke Kiefer tonight. Starting running back unavailable. Braswell showing blitz. They bring it, but they disguise it well, and Orgy runs where they're not. Across the 35, bounced it, picks up the first, uses his feet that time to pick up 18 before Cornelius can make a second tackle.
Yeah, watch Jacob Claiborne stay on his guy out here and keep this thing going so that Orgy can pick up 4, 5, 6 more yards right here at the end of the screen. Look at that block by your receiver out there.
First and 10, Saxy. 3 minutes. Saxy, a touchdown could tie it here. But they brought some blitzes now, Braswell has, but they've done a good job of disguising them. Tight trips. Haven't seen this very much from them. Here's R.C. Reeves with a convoy. Nice run there for the junior 5'10", 185-pound running back. Picks up 10 more in a first.
Just get it and go there, man. Look at that big old lineman pushing up there. Hey, just get behind those big guys in the blue.
Joseph Legrenade with a great block. In front of him, the 5'11", 225-pound senior. First and 10 from the 47. Blitz shown by Fan. He comes on the backside, and now there's one in Orgy's face. To the sideline, throws it deep and too tall for Jamari Harris in single coverage. It was incomplete. Wilson in coverage.
Second and 10.
Well, they are not afraid to roll Orgy out.
Yeah, I think that's where they think he's the best. I think he gets out there, he can see real well.
You know, but what's interesting is that even when they bring the blitz, the blitzers are losing contain pretty much every play.
I think that shows the speed in Orgy.
Yeah, they kind of underestimated. Second and 10. RPO, screen this time. Find Claiborne. Across the 45, he's down to the 42. That's Jacob's first catch. Andrew Marshall, the end, made the tackle.
Well, that's good that they rewarded number 19 right there, Claiborne, because he was making those. He's been working hard. He's been making blocks and being that guy that's just a workhorse out there, and finally they pay back and give him the ball.
See Cam Gladney coming back on. He's going to play the inside guy, number 3 receiver to the right, top of your screen. 4 wides on 3rd and 5. Orgy, little pressure, throw it into the right flat. It's caught. Good catch, Creel. But as soon as he caught it, he got driven backwards. He's short of the first by 2.
Boy, that is a tough throw. How far of a throw that is. I mean, he throws that all the way to the sideline over there, and Creel has to make a great catch because he's running away from the ball.
4th and 2, and they'll go for it. Got to have the 37-yard line.
Yeah, we're just going to run this ball.
1:19, the clock is rolling. Saxy down a touchdown. First time they've been down in this game. Back-to-back touchdowns by Denton Braswell. Roll it out left, throw it in the flat. There's Creel. He's caught it. Makes a man miss. Somebody might have got a piece of the face mask. That was Robinson. I don't see a flag. But they pick up close to 8. Aaron Robinson gets credit for the stop. Look like he gets some headgear there.
Yeah, I think so. But again, watch how Creel is able to come all the way. He was coming in motion and then just runs a little 2-step out. And Orgy just has a great touch pass to put it right on the money. That's a hard catch.
A hard catch.
Throw.
It had to make that catch. They went right back to him. 1st and 10, late blitz. Orgy gets hit as he throws to the post. Got a man. He's got a touchdown.
My goodness.
Jamari Hartz, are you kidding? What a throw by Alex Orgy. He got plastered, stepped into it, and delivered a touchdown.
That had to be about 45 yards in the air with the blitz coming right up the middle. Look at this full blast right in his face.
What a throw over the safety Wilson. And Jamari Hartz comes up with the touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. His second touchdown grab of the year, and the PAT is good. And Jamari Hartz, the senior, 6'1", 165. You see why he won the state, the 400 meters. Man, is he fast. 53 seconds to go. We're tied at 21 on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
75 yards. Saxy does it in 7 plays, capped off by the touchdown throw from Alex Orji to Jamari Hartz. 38 yards on the bomb, and they bring the blitz. Orji got pummeled, but as you mentioned in the break, he didn't go down with that hit, stepped into it, and was able to put it on the money and dropped it right in over the shoulder of Jamari Hartz in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I think I also said 6'3", 220 pounds. It's just, and a guy that can throw a 45-yard bomb like that.
That ball's live, but somehow Dylan Smith was able to cover that thing up.
It's just not that fair when you got somebody that can do that.
No.
He's now at, he's 10 of 17 now, 129 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he's put 70 yards on the ground.
Bobby, it's one thing to be big. It's another to be that fearless.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a full-on blitz right in his face, and he delivered a beautiful strike.
Unbelievable execution by Alex Orji. You see why he is destined to be a star at Virginia Tech. Screen, middle. Got a man, Wallace. He's their best athlete at wide receiver, and Wallace picks up 7, maybe 8, but the clock a factor here as it rolls at 37 seconds.
The Bengals said, hey, let me show you how to set up a screen right here. And they did it pretty good.
2nd and 3 inside of a half minute. Power play. Jalen Burton will move the sticks, but Braswell's not in a huge hurry.
Yeah, boy, that was a nice play by Jaden Gibbs. That big 6', 265-pound defensive lineman right there. He just kind of ran right into a big old wall.
And you say, well, what do you mean? They're already back to the line of scrimmage. They're not in a big hurry? No, they're not in a big hurry. This is just sort of what they do. Bird to the sideline. Again, finds Wallace at midfield. They stand him up, but 0-0's on the clock. That's probably going to end the half. Derek Vines held him up at the 49-yard line. Well, Mark Barons and Saxy, they're headed toward the locker room. But Nathan Maxson and the officials, I'm not sure they're aware, but yes, that is the end of the first half of play. Game tied at 21. What a contest so far. These two teams have been battling it out. Saxy giving up back-to-back touchdowns in that second quarter and then come back to tie it up with less than a minute to play, and that gets us to the break. It is Braswell 21 and Saxy 21 on GRS TV. About ready for the second half of action. Scott Garner, Bobby George, happy to have you along tonight on GRS TV. Braswell and Saxy matching up. What a first half. Just jam-packed with action and 6 touchdowns between the two teams.
Yeah, both teams scored in the first quarter, and then both teams scored 2 times in the second quarter. It's been a pretty close game. If you look at the stats, total yards on both sides, they're above 200 yards. Braswell with 283 and Saxy with 228. Here we go with the highlights.
Yeah, Braswell and Saxy, both teams coming in 1-1, trying to go above 500 for the first time this year, the Mustangs. And right off the bat, Alex Orgy fighting hard, who caught it and then made a move with the 5 of the cutback to give Saxy the early advantage.
Yeah, nice 33-yard shot right there.
Right after that, the RPO Bird, who says, forget it, I'm going to put my foot in the ground and do a little Alex Orgy impersonation to tie the ball game. And then there's Orgy rolling out. Nice jump pass as Creel came back for it.
Yeah, just so nice of touch right there. Just, what do? You got to come up and try to make the stop. He's going to run in if you don't, and then he does a jump pass.
And then immediately we see Braswell come back, and there was Jerian Wallace to give them their first advantage. And then they go to the big running back, Jalen Burton. Burton again right through the middle. There wasn't a safety in sight. And then Braswell with the 7-point lead. And it was up to Alex Orgy, who showed some relentlessness and go right over the top. He went right over the top to Jamari Hartz. And just that touch and the willingness to step into that throw told you that he's a next level guy.
He is, and Jamari Hart's really good complimentary player to him. He had 4 receptions, 83 yards and 2 touchdowns right there. And Jet Creel, he has 3 catches, 11 yards and a touchdown. But Jet also made a really nice play for a first down on that little 2-yard out pass where he had to catch that ball over the top of his head and step in and get 2 extra yards for that first down. It was very tough, and well, they just got some good ball players.
Got some good ball players. Alex Orgy in that first half. How about 3 touchdowns, but more importantly, no interceptions.
That's very nice. He's 129 yards in the air. He's 10 of 17. That's pretty good, almost 60%. But then again, he uses his legs like crazy, and he gets 69 yards on 11 rushes. That's 6 yards per attempt. So that's very nice. I mean, it's good dual threat.
You see Saxy getting set for the second half of action. Game tied at 21. But while Alex Orgy's number is impressive, 10 of 17, how about Keegan Bird being limited to just 43% passing in that first half? He was just 10 of 23 for 116 yards.
Yeah, again, we were talking about it earlier about how great that defense is in Saxy, where their defensive backs have really been able to put a lot of pressure on those receivers, and then they've been getting a lot of pressure up the middle on Bird, so he hadn't had very much time to throw it. He's had to do a lot of scrambling when he's throwing the passes.
Really important game here for a Saxy team picked 3rd in this district out of 9-6A, a team that lost to Coppell to start the season 42-28, but then bounced back to beat a good Red Oak team 64-42. You win tonight, and the Mustangs would have 2 in a row with Lakeview Centennial next week. So we are underway here in the second half, and a fair catch by Keldy Trevino will get us going. And so Denton Braswell with a chance to take their second lead of the game. With the game tied at 21, will have it first.
I tell you, when you first come out of that locker room, you've been drinking Gatorade, you were hot, really, you've been working out all that whole first half. You go in to take a break, then you drink a bunch of Gatorade, and then you got to get out there and do a kickoff and run about 45-yard sprint down the field. That's a tough outing.
Bird going to Burton, who got bulldozed. The nose guard just blew the center right back in his path, and Jalen Burton taken down in the backfield.
I tell you, he couldn't hardly grab a hold of him, and you could see Bird was trying to get away. Watch this. But he does not let him go. He's got a hold of him, and he just waits for everybody else to come help out.
How about Cortland Lamar, who again was on the JV last year, had a great spring. He has really improved. He's an old school guy. Lamar, 5'10", 215, the Mike linebacker. What a job he did just getting penetration. There's 2 guys down. You've got a lineman for Braswell. And you also have a man down for Saxy, Colin.
Yeah. And I
Ihalalu.
think it's what we were talking about earlier. Everybody's got cramps.
Yeah.
Look, they're all stretching their legs, and that's what we were saying. You work out so hard that second quarter, you come out there, and all of a sudden your muscles have all relaxed, and everything's starting to set in. And all of a sudden you got to get out there and play full speed again.
And it was the aforementioned Lamar that came up with a cramp. Little hammy. He's going to limp off here.
Well, if you haven't had a cramp in your hamstring or in your calf, boy, and it gets a hold of you, you feel like a dog bit you.
You do feel like you got shot, don't
Yeah.
you? Somebody shot you right in the hamstring. But a good play by Lamar, who's got a limp off here. -2 on the first play from scrimmage. RPO, Bird, incomplete. Boy, Wallace was wide open.
Boy, that play had opportunity to go for a long way. The closest person to him was Levi Shirley, and he was about 7-8 yards away, setting still.
Wallace, the leading receiver, just sort of short arm that one. 3rd down and 12 now.
I'm sure they'll go back to it.
Bird again this time. Rolling left. Finds Wallace here, who gets swacked. Oh, Shirley laid him out after he makes the grab for a gain of close to 9.
James Adams is sitting over there playing corner. This time they have a linebacker coming out to cover Wallace, and so Wallace had to go outside, and when he did that, whew, Adams put it on him.
And on 4th and 2, they go for it, keep it on the ground, and Jalen Burton muscles his way past Chris Talley for the first down and a gain of 3. Well, they're playing as fast as they did on the opening drive. Hitch and go. Here's Acker, overshot. Had a step on his defender, but this defense has come up with some plays. It was Kevin Courtney running with him stride for stride.
You can't celebrate too long. You got to get back down there on the field. They're going to throw it. They're going to snap the ball again. Maybe that's what they do. They go ahead and send all these guys deep, and then they run a real quick play.
Hey, these outside receivers have been pressed all night.
Uh-oh.
Bird under pressure this time. Got to reverse out. He's got some leverage and throws it to an open Wallace, but he short hopped him.
Boy, Bird's got some moves on his own. I mean, he's quick too. It's hard to get a hold of him.
How about the pressure from Vines?
You see it, boy, he made a great move to get away from those guys, and that almost was a big play.
Wallace is so good at creating after he's actually run his route.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. We see a lot of times receivers will go out there, they'll run their route, and then they'll just stop if it doesn't go to them, but he's actively moving.
3rd and 10, they've got to get to the 48 of Saxy. Bird standing in the pocket and throws the deep over the middle. Incomplete to Fisher on the post. Courtney again in coverage. 3 straight incompletions to end this drive.
Well, that's what you want from the Saxy defense, to come out there and make a good defensive stand, because you know that Saxy offense can score. So if you get a couple of good stance right there and get that ball back in that offensive hand of Alex Orgy, you have opportunities.
Vines putting pressure on Morrison, but he gets it away, but it's not returnable for Jet Creel. He's going to wind up inside the red zone here. One of the most effective punts of the game that has seen a number of very long punts. 10:35 to go. We're tied at 21, and Saxy will take it over 85 yards away. So here comes Saxy for the first time in the half. From their own 15-yard line, 10:35 to go. Gladney's in motion. Screen and room to the 25. And a nice pickup there on the edge, right up the numbers, and a gain of close to 12, maybe 13 for Jamari Hart.
Yeah, so Gladly goes in motion and becomes the blocker. So he's really doing a crackback on that defensive back, and it opens up Hart. So Hart jumps inside and gets the pass.
Hart's 5th catch of the game. First and 10, RPO. Cutback lane for Reeves, but he got swallowed up. Had he broken that initial hit, he would have had a chance to get him to the third level. Bryce Montgomery, though, had other thoughts. He brought him down for a short gain.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be open for a second, but Montgomery closes in quick.
Montgomery's such a great football player. Diagnoses things quickly and a real good tackler. On 2nd and 8, they go back to Reeves, who runs straight ahead, kind of bowling his way for about 3.
Well, you know, they had a lot of success running on that right side of that offensive line, right there behind number 77, Courtney. And that right side has done a real good job tonight of making nice lanes for the running back. So let's see if Orgy goes back to that.
3rd and 6. Creel is in motion. Orgy throws it out to Creel. Tried to catch it in stride, but it's through his hands. It'll be punt time.
Oh, that's a tough one right there because Creel's usually got really good hands, and that was a great ball right there.
Yeah, really right where you wanted it.
It's just a tough catch. When you got somebody running at you that fast and you're running opposite way and you got to look back real quick to see a ball coming at you, your eyes are bouncing, you're looking back at the ball, and then all of a sudden you got a guy in a white jersey running as fast as he can, headhunting you. It's a tough play.
There were 4 occasions where Saxy had gone 3 and out in the first half. Alex Orgy has really punted well tonight, and a fair catch signal for by Dylan Smith. And with 9:03 to go here in this third quarter, Braswell's got it back with a chance to take their second lead.
They're going to have to keep a close eye on Bird because he's getting back there and scrambling around, and it seems like he's setting up a lot of time to find his receivers downfield. And we've seen Wallace come up short a couple of times, but he's been open.
Two teams have exchanged punts. Take a break and be back. Game tied at 21 on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Homer B. Johnson Stadium, the site tonight. Saxy band putting on a great performance at halftime. Boy, as good as their football team is, their band is just as effective on the field at halftime. Game tied at 21. These two teams have exchanged punts to start this second half. And Bird on an RPO with pressure. Throws underneath, finds his man at the 39-yard line. A short pickup there for Jaden Acker before Kevin Courtney can bring him down. Acker coming up with his second grab of the night, a gain of 7.
Boy, when you think you have Bird in your grasp, he makes a move and makes a play.
Burton to the middle. He's dangerous. Into the third level. He keeps his footing. Breaks 2 tackles. They finally track him down at the 15-yard line.
Boy, that's hard for these Saxy guys, but they're not playing with any deep safety. So if he breaks through there just like he did, there's just nobody there to get him.
Such a low center of gravity. He's so tough. That's what they love about him the most. And we've got a whistle. And it looked like Josh Okiola, the left guard, might have moved too soon. First pre-snap penalty we've seen in a while between the two teams. 46 yards, though, on that scamper by Jalen Burton, and most of his yards tonight have come between the tackles. Burton, by the way, goes over 100 yards with that run. 10 carries, 100 yards, and he does have the rushing touchdown to his credit. 8:26 to go. We see the lead official, Nathan Maxon, the crew chief, coming over and chatting with the head football coach, Mark Behrens, for Saxy.
Resuming play, 1st and 10 for the Bengals.
Go with an H-back here. Tight right, play action. And Bird gets hit as he throws, and a flag comes out. The pass went incomplete. Almost picked off.
Boy, he had a chance of picking that one off.
Somebody was covered up and went downfield. Weird formation.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't really see it. I didn't see how they set it up, but it was an illegal man downfield.
And it looked like the tight end to the right went out for a pass when the split in that direction was also on the line. He was covered up.
Yep. Can't do it.
So the line of scrimmage will be the 18-yard line. 8:22 to go here in the third. Braswell end around Acker with room. They can't contain him, but Adams able to make the tackle nonetheless. Runs for 10, but it could have been worse.
Well, I tell you, Saxy's got so much speed. On a lot of teams, that's a touchdown right there.
Yes.
Adams is just able to contain him.
And he's really better when the quarterback's getting pressure, but what a great tackler he is. The cornerbacks have been really solid tonight. Burton in the middle again. The ball might have come out. The beanbag flew from the line judge, but I think Burton fell back down on it. Picks up 3. 3rd and 4 from the 7. They've got to have the 3. Second drive here. Line up tight right.
Ball's out.
Ball is out. A flag comes in. We've got a false start pre-snap. That play I don't think counted.
Don't count. Doesn't matter if Saxy lands on it or anything.
And it looked like for the second straight time that they run the tight end to the right side that both the tight end and the split end went out for a pass.
Yeah, there's a little confusion right there. Unless they're coming in and reporting it to the line judge or the umpire.
Well, that's one of the things that Mark Behrens was concerned about, the head football coach of Saxy. He said, you got to watch out because Braswell's a team that's going to formation you to death.
Yeah,
Look at this.
They came out late.
Came out late. The tight end did not go out for a pass. There was a reach block by Simpson, and then the ball came out. The injured man there was Jerian Wallace. All he has done is led them in receiving with 5 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a cramp. Looked like had him down there stretching him.
So after the penalty, 3rd and 9. From the 13. Quick pass screen.
That's behind the line.
It is. Broke a tackle, and he's got the touchdown. An easy catch and run that time. And Kenji Hooker, who has caught his second ball, goes into the end zone for the touchdown. 13 yards out.
Just a little quick hitch play right there. You just got to make one guy miss.
So Braswell takes their second lead. And here comes the point after. Jaden Morrison. Not a great snap, but Morrison does the rest. It's 28-21 in favor of Braswell. 7:03 to go. We play here in the third at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Saxy down for the second time in this ball game on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Six plays, 67 yards. Braswell driving the field and posting a 13-yard touchdown pass from Bird to Kenji Hooker to give themselves a 7-point lead for the second time in this ballgame. Last time this happened, Saxy was able to battle back and tie us up. Braswell, though, with 372 total yards in this game compared to Saxy's 247.
They've had a couple of big plays. It's really have been the difference in this game. You know, we were talking about Saxy keeping everything in front of them, and well, all of a sudden you've got two big plays. It's led to 2 touchdowns.
This is kicked on a kangaroo into an open field in a really nice play at the 25-yard line. That could have been an absolute disaster, but it looked like
Jet Creel was able to get back on that one.
R.C. Reeves were back there, both of them, 28-21. And this Saxy team with 7:03 to play in the third, down by a touchdown, but they've been here before.
Well, they can score in a hurry. We know that. And you've got plenty of time in this ball game. It's only in the third quarter.
Here comes Alex Orgy, who had a really good first half of play. 11 of 19 so far, 142 yards. And he has thrown for 3 touchdowns, all 3 that Saxy has posted. Blitz shown. And they'll run into the teeth of this blitz.
Ooh.
Here's Reeves, really running hard for a guy that's notably a backup. Wilson, the strong safety, came up to hit him. 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard pickup.
Boy, did you see big old Connor Clearfield, 285 pounds leading the way. What, number 77? Get a little pancake block right there.
Boy, and Wilson hit him right in the knee.
Yeah.
But R.C. Reeves is going to stay in here. We've got another injured player, perhaps more cramps, and it's Wilson that made the play. Boy, Wilson came in with 5 tackles and a pick, and he and Robinson are some guys that can come down. They can run the alley, as they say, really, really well, and we saw him make a nice play. Watch this play here.
He takes it right in the helmet, really.
Yeah.
He gets blocked down, and then boom.
But I thought he did a good job of running right behind Clearfield, as you mentioned, the 6'1", 285-pound right guard. They've got some beef up front, Saxy does.
Big boys.
Play 2nd and 5.
Man in motion, that's Claiborne. Swinging out left. Claiborne's got it. Cuts it inside. Trying to make 2 guys miss and couldn't on 2nd and 5, but he gets just enough to move the sticks and to keep the defense on the sideline. Vaughn Brown, the tackle, came over to make the stop.
That's a tough catch to make right there. But if you can get through there, you got one guy to beat.
1st and 10 for Saxy. 6:15 to go. It's only the second time that Saxy has had the football here in the second half. They had to punt on their initial possession of the half. They go with a tight end lined up to the right. Fake the stretch play. Throw it underneath. He's got the running back. The catch made by Legranade and Dylan Smith, the tackle. But a well-conceived play as Flo went left and they threw it back to the right.
Yeah, his offensive coordinator is doing a great job. Look at that little bootleg pass to the right side.
Joseph Legranade, a senior 5'11", 225-pound backup running back. 2nd and 4. We've seen a couple of new wrinkles here. Inside zone play to Reeves, who runs behind his pads here, close to a first down. Vaughn Brown, his 2nd stop of the drive, the young sophomore from his nose tackle spot.
Mustangs pick up first down on the 44-yard line.
It was a close one, but they went ahead and gave it to him, put the first down on there.
You know, a lot of variety here from Saxy, but not too complicated.
Yeah, but they are changing it up. A lot of times you see them set in the same exact formation, but we've seen a lot of motion, little bootleg pass, a lot of fun plays here.
Claiborne motions. RPO back to Reeves. Another good carry here. Boy, it seems like every time Reeves gets going, a full head of steam, he's got 3, if not 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, Caden Parr, 6'2", 255, helping him out right here. Look at 61. Boom, take your guy with you.
And Andrew Marshall's the one that hit him first, but he ran right through that tackle. 2nd down and 6. Well, this looks to be a well-developing drive here as Saxy stays on schedule, as they say. Reeves, this time bottled up in the backfield. They tried to run the inside zone again. It couldn't. Blake Fan has been all over the place from his linebacker spot. 6'1", 190-pound junior Fan at 11 tackles coming in. And this guy's hard to get off the field. He's one of these guys that, you want to sub for him, but he's so effective you can't. It's 3rd and 5 for Saxy. They're down a touchdown. 4 minutes to go. A bad snap to Orgy, who plays it and throws a bullet. Zone coverage. Claiborne found the soft spot and is going to pick up 14 yards on the connection.
Wow, just a great play by Orgy because he's really looking to throw the little out pattern. See him looking there, Then he goes back to the middle of the field and finds number 19 right there, just sitting still, getting his numbers. Claiborne turns and gets his numbers facing Orgy, and that way Orgy can see him, and he put a strike.
And Claiborne's been really effective tonight. That is 2nd catch, and both have been big. Huge 3rd down find there for Alex Orgy. 1st and 10, and now we get a whistle and a flag before the snap.
Big false start right there in Saxy.
Orgy, by the way, who's 11 of 19 for 142 yards coming in with, again, the 3 touchdown passes. Now 14 of 22. He's completed 64% of his passes. And a couple of those have been drops, I might add.
Yeah, really, he's orchestrating back there. He's doing a real good job. You can see him right now. He's telling everybody what side of the field to get on, what play to run.
He's really become a great leader for this team. It's one thing to be a stellar quarterback. It's another thing to lead. Delayed blitz. Orgy gets hit as he throws over the middle, and a little bit too tall there for Caleb Lockett, his 2nd best wide receiver. But again, the delayed blitz, this time it pays dividends for Braswell.
Yeah, that one hurt him too. You look at him, he's like, man, he got me right in the chest. He said, Coach, let me hand this ball off now. That blitz comes right up the middle, and as soon as he releases the ball, boom, he hits him. That ball would have floated just a little bit higher. I think his receiver would have got underneath it.
15 yards needed on 2nd down to get more pressure this time. Good play call, screen to Gladney. Gladney across the 35 and down to the 32-yard line, and a pickup of close to 10. Devin West with pressure that time.
Well, the Bengals, they're not giving up anything just big either. I mean, Saxy is really having to work hard for every yard they get. That was a great screen play.
And well-timed.
Yeah.
And the offensive coordinator, Forrest Williams, has done a great job tonight mixing it up, and seems like he's dialing up everything that needs to be dialed up. This time they dropped 8 in coverage on 3rd and 6. Orgy looking to the sideline, dropped his eyes. He had a man wide open, decided to run, picks up 2 when he needed 6.
Yeah, he was thinking, I'm going to just get this first down, and the Bengals just got there too quick.
They were harping on him to quit forcing balls and to use those legs. That time, had he kept his eyes up, he had a man on the sideline.
Yeah, he thought he's just going to go ahead and try to make it, but they just closed in just way too quick, and I think he got up and thought that They were hitting him out of bounds, and he should have got some more yards on that.
4th and 4, and they'll roll the pocket. Pressure, going to go to the left side, and it goes incomplete. Boy, they brought the pressure. Wilson was in coverage, and that time Orji was asked to do something it's hard to do, and that's roll to your left and throw across your body.
Yeah, that's just way too hard, especially on a 4th down and 4. You need something that is a go-to play, and I think they just outthought themselves here on this one.
Turnover on downs this time, and so Braswell will take it over. So Saxy's only had it 2 times in the quarter. They have punted, and now a turnover on downs after a 10-play drive. And on the first play, he gets bottled up. Well, they handed it off to Roger Fisher, and he got taken down in a hurry. What a play by Jacob Gonzalez. Gonzalez was there, but
96?
Yeah, the man that hit him was the end. Keelan Lamar, the brother of Cortland.
Boy, what a play.
Not much here on 2nd down. It's now 3rd down and 13 in a hurry.
Jaden Gibbs now is kind of showing up. We've seen him 3 or 4 times now make big plays.
Big 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Braswell scoring the touchdown last time they had the ball on a 6-play drive that went 67 yards, and now Saxy trying to force the 3 and out. Bird rolling right. Man coverage, nobody home, and down he goes.
Wow.
Jacob Gonzalez wrapped him up, a backup Mike linebacker. We'll see if they rule it a sack, but nonetheless, the coverage was there, and so was Gonzalez.
Boy, Gonzalez, he was playing that middle linebacker. He floated for a second and immediately just took straight off and met him at the line of scrimmage and made a great tackle. It's hard when you're running full speed and then somebody's trying to juke you around. He was able to get a hold of him and bring him down. Big time play right there.
Boy, a 3 and out being forced. First time that this has happened since the first quarter. And Creel goes back to receive this punt, signals a fair catch. It kicks up and takes a big Saxy roll to midfield. Shortest punt of the game by far, just 23 yards. And so this Saxy team 50 yards away from tying it up. We've got 12 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, it was a great defensive stance right there. I mean, probably the best one we've seen all night, really. I mean, it was just really good play. Big defensive play by Gibbs right off the bat. And Lamar played big, had a huge hit right up the first play of the series. He hit him in the backfield, and boy, that set the tone.
It did set the tone. Midfield now, and Alex Orji and company take over. Down a touchdown. Send Creel in motion. Fake it to the slot.
Got
man,
him.
and they throw it to Creel and caught it.
Can he get
inside
there?
the 20? Almost had the block that he needed, but he's down to the 2. 48 yards. Aaron Wilson tripped him up.
Wow, now that's the catch that we've been looking for from Creel. Beautiful play.
They faked the screen and threw it up the sideline.
Luke Gladly coming over and trying to make a block for him.
That ends the quarter. What a play by Creel. 28-21, but Saxy 6 feet away from tying us up on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Final quarter of action as Braswell with a 28-21 advantage over a Saxy team looking to go to 2-1 to get the 2021 season kick-started. And as we went to break, one of the best plays of the night on a fake screen as the screener actually went out for a pass rather than a block. And it was Creel that caught it at the left sideline for 48 yards, and he's got him set up.
Yeah, the strike was right on the money. I don't think Jet had to even slow down or speed up or anything. It was just right on the money in stride. And Gladney comes over and tries to make the block, but the saving tackle got Creel on the ankles, and he falls down just short of the goal line.
Big game for Creel, his fourth grab, over 60 yards. They faked the screen.
There it is.
And there's Creel right over the top. What a great throw by Orgy.
Man, beautiful.
Almost had that last block, but had that block been there, would have been a block in the bag.
You just like the effort of all these guys, though.
Yeah. It's been so much fun to watch. You know, Jet Creel, a guy that's a great, great wide receiver.
He's a great kid, too. I mean, he's one of those kids that plays baseball, is really good at that sport, and comes out here and plays football. He's got dedication. His parents work for GISD. Dad's a principal here.
Mustangs trying to tie it up. Orgy comes out. He'll have R.C. Reeves next to him. They've been playing all game without the services of Luke Kiefer, I should say. Their number one running back, unavailable tonight. Quarterback power to the middle, and Orgy took three guys with him into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's what you do, man. You got a big guy like that. You get behind your big lineman, and you just say, okay, just start pushing. Oh, he's got a little swag to him, too. Look at these offensive line just grinding, man, just pancake.
Oh. Woo! Orgy's got a guy hanging on him and ends up trucking a guy right over the top.
Yeah, it helps with those big old linemen just pushing forward like that. Big number 66, I'd be happy too.
And the point after is good. So Alex Orgy ties this game at 28. 11:54 to go in the contest. What a game. Take a break and we will continue on GRS TV. Alex Orgy's 2-yard run has tied this ball game at 28. We've seen 3 lead changes and 3 ties. And here's the kickoff, high and short. And the fair catch being signaled for and made at the 27-yard line by Kelby Trevino. And with 11:54 to go in the third, Braswell has it back. They've been somewhat fortuitous on offense. They've had it 3 times in the half. They've scored once, had to punt a couple of times. But this Saxy defense keeping him in the game tonight.
Yeah, this is a up-tempo offense that they're running right here for the Bengals, and that defense has to be ready all the time or they will strike on you. So it's tough. Saxy playing this defense, and they've been doing a pretty good job.
Well, Keegan Bird tonight has been very serviceable. So has Burton. They run a power play into the middle to start the drive. Burton gets 4 up to the 30.
Well, you see big number 55 Gonzalez there again, and he's playing some good ball right now.
He really is. Bird 13 of 30 139 yards. Back to Burton again.
Ball's out.
Ball comes out. Are they going to rule it a fumble?
Saxy's got it.
They will. Saxy thinks they have it. No signal from the line judge yet. It looked like Burton fell down
Boy, it's fortunate
on
for
the
them.
defender. Let's look at it again.
Fortunate for them because it picked up about 7-8 yards and got them a first down.
The ball seemed to be out without the knee down, but Braswell's going to keep it, and they're going to snap it in a hurry. Who can blame him? Burton almost slipped a tackle at the line of scrimmage. There was not a safety in sight that might have gone to the house. A pickup of 7. And this is why you run up tempo to keep them from.
That's right.
Going.
Being able to switch out, yeah.
Burton, look out in the middle again. He got a block, made a man miss, and then tripped over the 40-yard line. Ends up getting 17 and another would-be touchdown run. However, a flag's in there for holding.
Well, Saxy needs to go ahead and start putting a little safety in the middle because it looks like they're starting to be able to break through that first line, and everybody's tied up. So there's just no one after that linebacker. If he misses, well, he's got a lot of room to run back there.
You know, they're really worried about Bird, but again tonight, Bird has not really been the big mainstay that we expected, and Bird had some experience issues coming in. 3 touchdowns, but 4 picks coming in. But last week, one of those wasn't his fault. Screen pass to the right, found Fisher, 45 to midfield, has the first down. Another big play, 14 yards before Leon Williams can shove him out.
Well, that quick pass is really dangerous. You got everybody with their hands on their hips because they're tired, and they throw a quick pass like that.
Lead play on an RPO back to Burton. The flag came in way behind the play. It might be a personnel issue here. That flag came in literally 40 yards from the line of scrimmage by the back judge. Yeah, personnel issue on Saturday. They had too many guys on the field.
Now they're trying to get people off and on, but in the Bengals, they keep snapping that ball so quick, they don't have time to get off the field.
They need to get a safety on. Gets these runs.
Yeah.
So that'll be a substitution infraction there. 5 yards marched off. 1st and 5 now from the 47. Game tied at 28. 10.5 to go in the game. Bird with Burton next to him. Everybody tight in the middle. Flag again. Burton breaks free. No safety again. Shirley's late. It's going to go all the way to the 1-yard line, 46 yards, but it looks like we got a pre-snap penalty.
I mean, we're seeing it up here. You don't have a safety, and they're starting to find that hole in the middle, and it doesn't look like the defense is adjusting at all.
Yeah, procedure against Braswell. Huge penalty and a big break. But look at this. There's one cut. He's into the second. Where's the safety?
Yeah, they're not playing with safety, and they haven't adjusted. So we keep seeing it up here. I'm sure the defensive coaches see it as well.
There's Cody Moore, who again is in his 5th year as the head coach. Spent 2 years at Rockwall as their OC. Great head coach. This Braswell team was 5-5 last year, but 9-3 the year before that when they won the district title. Lost in the second round to the Red Oak team that Saxy beat last week. 1st and 10 after the penalty. Screen this time over to Fisher. 4th catch, a block to midfield, a stiff arm. 15 yards again, and they're getting chunk plays in a hurry. Levi Shirley, a great tackler, met him on the sideline.
Yeah, Shirley's the one that had to run downfield and make that ankle-saving tackle earlier. I'm sure he's gassed a little bit, and that's what's happening out here. It looks like Saxy's getting a little bit gassed.
Going deep, Wallace got his feet tied up, but a flag comes in anyway. Got his feet tied up with James Adams, and the back judge said, we're going to throw it.
Yeah, one referee didn't throw it. I'm with you. I think it looked to me like the turf got him.
Couldn't see it there, but the ball was not even at its apex when Wallace got tangled up with Adams. Their feet just got tangled up. And that'll be a 15-yard penalty assessed against the defense. Not a spot foul in high school, a 15-yard penalty from the spot, from the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the 21. Tied at 28, 10 minutes to go. Slant, incomplete. Really nice coverage there by the safety, Courtney, as they tried to hit Fisher, this time on a quick slant.
Yeah, that gut slant usually works, but Courtney was right there, man. That was just a great play. Watch him right there, just reach over with his left hand. I mean, that's just how you coach it.
Bird 15 of 33 in the game. 2nd down. Burton
No
again to the
safety.
3rd level. To the 5, to the goal line, a 21-yard touchdown. And Jalen Burton with a full head of steam. You could just see that he sensed it.
Yeah, they've come really close the last 4 or 5 plays, and we've been saying it earlier over and over and over. There's no safety there to help out, and I know it's hard because you spread the offense out so that there is no safety. You've got 2 receivers on both sides, and so it just spreads everybody out. But that middle linebacker, that's where it becomes very key.
Jaden Morrison continues to be perfect on his point afters, and with 10:01 to play, Braswell takes their 3rd 7-point lead of the game. 10:01 to go. Braswell 35, Saxy 28 on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Braswell's Jalen Burton going into the end zone on the 21-yard touchdown. And get something to cool those guys off because they are red hot running the football. What a game so far for Burton. He's gone over 130 yards now, 133 on 16 attempts. And Burton comes up with the touchdown.
There's Krill. And it's the principal over there at Saxy. See Jet Krills as his son.
Well, Creel has done a really good job tonight from that wide receiver position. 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. That was Burton's 2nd touchdown of the game, by the way. He has been a load, and he has gotten better as the game has gone on. End over end kick. This is really deep, and Jamari Hartz lets this one go into the end zone. So 75 yards away, they will start. Down 35-28 here at Homer B. Johnson. You win this one, you get a 2-1 with a tough Lakeview Centennial team on tap next week.
Of course, you get this game to iron everything out because you're really playing for that district play. So this is just really like a preseason game. But I tell you, this is about as good as you're going to get. This Bengal team's a good ball club, and I think it's a great introduction into the season. I mean, you play a good game here, I'd feel really good going into district play.
Trying to get back to where they were. Power play with R.C. Reeves trying to go right behind his block, but it's stuffed. Nothing there. He had Bollock in there, and alongside, it looked like Camacho. No gain on that first down play. But again, this Saxy team, 3-4 last year, 3-3 in district competition. They went to the playoffs, lost to Skyline But that game really giving them some confidence as this ball goes through the hands of Hart. And Jamari Hart's, who has 5 catches, probably should have had that one.
Yeah, that ball was a little hot, though. Right when he turned around, that ball was coming pretty quick. It was a baseball throw. Pretty hard to catch that one.
3rd and 10. Jamari Hart's 5 catches, 96 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Jet Creel with a touchdown reception. As we mentioned, 4 catches for 60. And a timeout going to be called by Braswell. With 9:33 to go in the 4th. As Braswell, by the way, again also comes in 1-1. Students have been supportive tonight. No doubt about it. Hoping that their Saxy Ball Club can bounce back again. They've responded 2 times, being down by 7 to tie. They need to do it again here. You see Cody Moore and this Bengals team, Braswell Bengals out of Denton ISD.
They're a good ball club.
Yes.
They're fast and physical and up-tempo. And that up-tempo, I think, has got Saxy on their heels a little bit. You look out there, and a lot of those guys have their hands on their hips.
You know, even though they only won 5 games last year in 10 tries, they had 5 kids on offense that were D1 caliber kids. 3rd down and 10. Orgy. Time over the middle on the slant, and it goes incomplete.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable. Jacob Claiborne had that ball in his hands on a ball that should have been called.
Yeah, it should have been a first down right there. Just nice patience. Alex just looking downfield, keeping his eyes down there. Just a touch pass.
Well, Saxy has now been forced to punt on a 3-and-out. Not what you need here. They are really putting the game on their defense at this point. We've not seen a 2-score lead by either of these two teams. What a catch by Orgy. And then somehow he got a spiral off toward the sideline. It's going to tightrope. Goes out of bounds. How did he catch that high snap?
Hey, that's a one-handed grab, too, right there. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. What a catch.
That could have been disastrous.
High snap.
I think he could have dunked that basketball right there.
I think he could have.
He had to be up 10 feet.
I don't know if he plays basketball, but he should. I don't know if he's ever played basketball. He ought to be on the basketball team this year.
Well, as good of an athlete as he is, I mean, he could probably do just about anything he wants.
Braswell from their own 47.
Woo, that's a nice hit by big number 91 right there.
Against a guy that has over 130 yards. And it's 2nd down and 2.
Watch Portillo hit him right there, boy. Gets off his block really nice.
Again, back to Burton. This time he's tracked down by Vines, the weak side linebacker coming from the backside. Only got 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Well, they need a whole lot of this kind of playing. So they got Gonzalez back at number 55, back at that middle linebacker. He had gotten hurt earlier and gone off the field, and maybe he can get back there and show some stability.
Well, they're playing press coverage with 1 high safety here. 3rd and 7. Bird going to go deep. Has some space and found his man Acker inside the 10. 44 yards on the connection. Kevin Courtney made the stop.
That's a great throw and a great catch. So really the first time we've seen Saxy's defensive backs get beat. He still had the presence to get out there and make the tackle.
Oh, and Burton got tackled. He got tackled by Fisher. Fisher knocked him down. They're going to lose all the way back to the 10.
Well, sometimes you need a good play by the other team to hurt you.
That's right.
I mean,
a little miscue in the backfield that time. But, yeah, you're right. That's the first time they've got Bird press coverage, though, and it was just an inside move on the go and just got past Courtney. Bird back to Burton. They know exactly who's going to get the football right here. 3rd and goal now. Another play being made there. Catherman, Sean Catherman, the end.
Yeah, you see it. He's just slipping through there. Well, you really got to have some big, strong defense right here. You got to have everybody to step up. I know they're out of breath a little bit.
3rd and goal from the 8. Got to have a stop. Blitz. Burton shaking the guy off. He's still on his feet. Broke through 2 more guys and somehow picked up 2 on that play. Jerron Counts finally tripped him up, pulled him to the turf. But he must have broke 3 tackles in the backfield.
Yeah, I thought they had him about a 10-yard loss. Look at this right here. They had him right here. Just couldn't get a hold of him.
It's going to be a field goal attempt for Morrison. 24 yards, right hash. It'll give him a 2-score lead with under 7 minutes to go. Kick looked good. And it is. 10-point lead for Braswell. We'll take a break and we will continue. Braswell takes the 38-28 advantage on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-TECH and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
The short field goal by Denton Braswell has them up 2 scores with 6:41 to go. Here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium tonight, Saxy hosting Denton Braswell in this ball game, and not a lot of time. You got to make up 10 points for the first time. Biggest lead for either of these 2 teams.
Yeah, Braswell's pretty good. You know, they've got a all-around good team. They're good on offense, defense. We've seen some great special teams play, and when you got a kicker that you can put out there and just boot it through the uprights wherever you want on the field, that's just a part of the game that in high school it's hard to come by, to be good at all 3 offense, defense, and special teams, all facets of the game. So Saxy's had a good game today, and they just need to buckle down a little bit on defense and have a good, they need a good long play, big play here on offense to get them back down on the other side of the field.
The 3 returning starters on offense for Braswell this year, 6 on defense. And Alex Orgy, who's had a really good game tonight, 16 of 28, 226 yards. 4 wide receivers here. Rolling, has time, gonna throw it up top, dangerous pass, and it's picked off. Smith with the interception, and that time Orgy forced it. First time he's really forced a ball, and it gets picked off.
Yeah, he sees that they're down by 10 with only 6.5 minutes left, and he just really wanted to make something happen.
Dylan Smith's 3rd interception of the young season. Boy, that is tough to swallow, as well as Saxy has played against a really good opponent tonight. To throw that turnover, it's very disheartening, and it takes the wind out of your sails. But hey, as we've talked about, and Mark Barons had intimated, it's how do you respond to adversity that will really separate you. High throw there by the quarterback Keegan Bird, trying to hit Wallace, his favorite target.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they would have to throw this through this, stopping the clock. I think right now they've been getting away with so much running right up the middle and right off that right side tackle that I think I just keep it on the ground and just burn the clock.
There's Burton on the ground, as you mentioned, and Burton stacked up, ran for maybe 2. That's it. Yeah, the backup end, Amici Ofili in there, along with Albion Krnigi. And Krnigi, the 6'2", 270-pound senior, probably the best defensive lineman that Saxy has.
Yeah, their offense, their line, their defensive line, their offensive line, they've just got some big guys out there.
The field goal a moment ago giving Braswell a 10-point lead. Now it's 3rd and 8. Got to have a stop. This is Burton, who gets tripped up. Only ran for 2. 5:45 to go. Krnigi again with the tackle. Ordinarily, you would think punt, but we'll see what they decide to do. Going to run the play clock down here.
Yeah, I think they're going to burn at least 20 seconds off this clock. And we've been watching them. They've been snapping the ball within 6 or 7 seconds. So really, this is the longest play that they've had.
They've not gone inside of 10 on the play clock the entire night. You're right. And with 5 seconds, they'll quick kick. The quarterback, Bird, will try to pin him and hit a coffin corner, and does a good job there. Won't get a whole lot in terms of yardage, just 24, but great field position on that punt to pin him deep.
Yeah, you pin somebody inside the 15. This stage in the game, you've done your job, and boy, Saxy really is going to have to do something now. And you don't want them to panic and do some crazy throws or push the ball into places where you don't want, just like that last possession. But they really need to have something happen here. And I wouldn't surprise me if Orji just runs it right up the middle.
He's had success doing that tonight. In jumps early, big pressure. He steps up. Orji split 2 defenders. Got to be careful to secure that football. Only got 4 out of it. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to make some things happen with his legs here. Get this team fired up.
Well, he's done a good job with his arm tonight. On the ground, 72 yards, a touchdown for Orji. And 16 of 28 through the air, 226 yards. They'll roll the pocket this time. Creel makes the sideline tiptoe catch for a 1st down and a pickup of 7 to the 24, and it stops the clock with 4.5 to go.
Yeah, it's a good play. They were running that earlier in the game in the 1st half and had a lot of success with it. Gladney was sitting down there, and Creel was running the deep patterns, and this time Gladney went deep and Creel sat down. So you never know what they're doing. They're mixing it up.
Still with time, but you have to almost be near perfect from this point. Orji rolling to his left, got hit in the backfield, and finally taken down. Got hit by Marshall. You also had Alan Tony Itoya in there in the backfield. A huge loss, close to 10, back to the 14.
Yeah, Orji is not happy with his receivers over there either. He thinks that they should have been doing something different, not giving him any help. But I mean, it's hard when you're rolling out to the right and you got to set and throw that direction. It's just a really tough play.
Marshall going to get credit for that sack. That'll be his 1st sack of the year. A very good rush end. Really defends the edge well. Orji this time has plenty of time. He's going to show the arm off. Throws in double coverage, but Hartz gets in position, and it's knocked down. Broken up. Dylan Smith again. I thought Hartz was going to box him out.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to do, actually, and he was running backwards trying to do it.
3rd and 20 now, and you don't need to get it all back right here.
Yeah, he was trying to box him out, but number 2 was able to get around him hard, knock it down.
Probably 4-down territory. Orji looking for a screen. Hartz has it go through his hands. Ball was almost picked off. The linebacker had his hands on it, and Camacho could not bring it in.
Yeah, they're starting to fall apart a little bit right now late in the game. I think they've gotten a little tired. They know they're down by 10, trying to make too much happen. And you can see right there, he just wants to take off running. He wants to make something happen. But you got to catch the ball first. You got to look it into your hands.
3:32 to go, and Orji from his own goal line. He's got quite a leg. Not much wind at all tonight. Angles this one away from the return men to the sideline. And it lands on the sideline at around the 42. A short kick, but not returnable. 3:32 to play in the contest. And what a game we have had tonight. 21-all was our score at halftime. And then on the second drive of the third quarter, Braswell came out and with a pass to Hooker took the 28-21 advantage. But then Saxy, early fourth quarter, able to tie it up on the 2-yard run by Alex Orgy. That was after that fake of a screen, the throw to Creel that set up the touchdown.
Yeah, but outside of that, they just haven't had a lot of offense. They've really been struggling, and it looks like Boswell's just been able to really put the stymie on their offense in this second half. They've adjusted well.
Lead play to Burton, trying to get the edge sealed, runs off tackle for a couple. But then Braswell took the lead on that 21-yard touchdown run by Burton, who's had a terrific game. And as this game goes along, they always say that sometimes backs get stronger. I'm not sure he's getting stronger, but he's certainly not getting tired. Burton has really been good. We've got a time out of the field here. Burton, 24 carries, 160 yards in the game, 2 touchdowns, almost 7 yards per carry for the Braswell running back. He's been good. That offensive line. We talk about the beef up front for Saxy. How about Simpson and Davis at their tackle position? 280, 285 respectively. The guards, 275 and 280. But that center, Taylor Seabolt, really nails it down for him. He's 325 pounds. He's a senior. 6'4", 325. Many expect that he'll be playing on Saturdays.
I think so too. I think a lot of these guys will. They're a really talented bunch of guys in red and in blue.
Bird on a play action, throw the out, and it's caught along the sideline. Pickup of close to 13 on that play. And a connection out to Jaden Acker again.
You see it right there. Boom. Look at that pass. Nice. I mean, both sides of the ball, Saxy and Braswell, they've both been playing really well tonight. Strong guys up front. I've really enjoyed watching these offensive linemen and these defensive line guys. They're really big guys, and they're moving well. And both teams are going to be set to go to start district play next week. And I think there's a lot to learn when you go into the office on tomorrow and look at your game film and check out huddle and see all that. You're going to see a lot of good play by a lot of different players, and you should be excited about getting into district play.
Defensive coordinator Mitch Reed for Saxy can't be happy about giving up 38, but his defense has not been bad. Now the run defense here in the second half has at times not been there, as Kevin Courtney pulls down Jalen Burton after another 9-yard run. Burton's had quite a game. But again, they stayed with him the whole game.
Yeah, and they're playing, they got 4 down linemen, and they started out the game with 2 linebackers. They've kind of went away from that, and now they've got 4 down linemen and a couple of guys on the outside, but it's only leaving 1 linebacker in the middle. And if that linebacker doesn't make the play, that's where the big plays from offense is coming.
Yeah, it's funny, the defense against Keller really only gave up about 100 yards last week, and Braswell still ended up losing that game on this first down and 10 play. Burton goes nowhere. He gets stood up there by T.K. Brunley and company. Lost about 2 on that play.
Yeah, they've changed their defense now because they feel that the Bengals are going to be running the ball. So they've got 4 down linemen, Saxy does. They got 4 linebackers. They're in a 4-4 defense. And then they're just letting their receivers just lock up man-to-man outside, just trying to stop the run.
2nd and 12 with 1:27 to play here in the fourth. 38-28. Denton Braswell with the advantage. Backup running back in here now. Ashton Oliphant on second down gets tripped up. But yeah, last week against Keller, Braswell loses that game 27-23. And they had 6 holding calls in that ball game. couple of penalties on special teams, a blindside block. They had all kinds of mistakes.
Yeah.
They cleaned it up a little bit more this week.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot of penalties either team tonight. They've really looked pretty good. Of course, getting this far into the season, you've had time to clean a lot of things up.
3rd and 13 now. Back to Oliphant. The last thing you want him to do is run out of bounds, but he gets tackled around the original line of scrimmage with 25 seconds to go. That's probably going to do it for the ball game, as Saxy ends up losing it to Braswell 38-28 to fall to 1-2, but a valiant effort. It was a really well-played game. A lot of positives to take with you if you're Mark Behrens.
Yeah, I think
Saxy.
so. Yeah, I think you're going to go in and you're going to see a lot of game film tomorrow, and you're going to see a lot of guys that did a lot of things well. And I was impressed with their offense, how they were switching it up. They would run to both sides of the field, then they'd run it up the middle. They had some good plays on defense. I think there's a lot of positives to take away from this game, and they played a heck of a good team.
They really did. I just think Braswell's got a very bright future. Remember, they were 5-5 last year, but they won the district title 2 years ago. Cody Moore has done a fabulous job as their head coach. And remember, there was a time a couple of years ago where Moore actually accepted the Plano job, and then less than a day later said, you know what, forget it, I'm going to stay at Braswell. And he's done a really good job with this program. 38-28, the final score tonight. You look at some of the final numbers statistically. Braswell racking up close to 500 yards of total offense. In fact, unofficially, they go over the 500-yard mark, 510 to 347. Alex Orgy tonight, 17 of 32 for 233, 3 touchdowns and interception. Keegan Bird was 17 of 36 for 219 yards. Orgy had 65 yards rushing for Saxy. And how about Jamari Hartz with 5 catches, almost 100 yards, 2 touchdown catches. Jet Creel, 5 catches and a touchdown tonight. Those were the 2 big stars offensively.
Great game, and nothing to hang your head down on, and get ready for district play. It's coming quick.
So Saxy falls to 1-2. Meanwhile, Braswell improves to 2-1 on the young season. Well, we do thank you so much for being with us tonight on GRS TV. For Thomas Hart, we want to thank you, Bobby George, and everybody watching. Our crew doing another stellar job. Until next time, good evening, everyone. From Homer B. Johnson Stadium, the final score, once again, it's 38-28 in favor of Denton Braswell. Good evening, everyone. Good night, and God bless.